This is the Spooky Spaghetti Podcast.
Okay, welcome everybody to the Spooky Spaghetti Podcast. My name is Luke.
I'm Leon.
Alright, so today we got a lot of stuff to talk about, a lot of things to correct from the last podcast, which was the first.
Yeah.
So, Leon, did you watch the video version yet?
I watched the audio version. I don't think I watched the video version.
Okay, but you saw... Did you see the Spooky Spaghetti link that I sent you?
Yeah.
Yeah. That has all the different versions, and then it has those little riffs we did and stuff. So, there was something... Oh, yeah. I got this guy on Fiverr to do our logo.
On who?
Fiverr. There's this website. Fiverr.
And
so
people just do stuff for you for free?
For $5.
Oh.
That's why it's called Fiverr.
So you paid a guy $5 to make that logo?
Yeah, it looks pretty good, though.
Yeah, it does. But, I mean, you know, that's real money. You could have, like, I don't know, fed a family that were in need, Luke. But instead, you decided to make a logo.
And then I paid another $5 to this guy to say, in, like, a really good radio voice, you're listening to the Spooky Spaghetti Podcast hosted by Luke and Leon. I don't know how else to let you be able to listen to this than to send it to you. The people listening to the podcast will already hear this. So I'm sending it to you via Skype. Take a few minutes. But you're about to tell me about a dream you had about your teeth or something? Because I just got my braces off.
Yeah, so we were talking about teeth, and so I'm up here, like, on a vacation. Like, I'm in a different place than where I usually am vacationing, all right? And when you vacation, like, you don't really... You're usually up all night doing crap, and you don't really brush your teeth very much. I brush my teeth, like, maybe once, like, every 2 days up here.
Oh, gosh. That's horrible.
I know, but but last night I had a dream that my teeth were all black and they had a bunch of holes in them. And like, ever since then, I'm back to brushing my teeth like 4 times a day.
I just brush mine 2 times a day if I'm on vacation or not.
Yeah, I usually brush my teeth like 3 to 4 times a day usually. When I'm at my usual house.
So, like, after school, you go home and brush your teeth?
Yeah, after school. Yeah, usually before I go to bed, when I wake up in the morning, and, like, maybe sometime during the day.
Wow, that's really weird.
I'm listening to the thing. God, I want to get paid $5 to say that.
You don't sound as good as that guy.
You paid someone $5 to say that.
Dude, those guys make some big money, too. What we should do, I was thinking about this. If this gets a little bit more popular than it is right now, we should sell advertising space on the podcast. $5 a pop. We'll say whatever they want, 100 characters. Or they can pay, you know, more than that for more than just 100 characters.
God, second episode, we're already sellouts. Okay, yeah, sure.
Sellouts. Gotta make money somehow, man.
Yeah. Anyway, you said you saw the movie Ant-Man, right? How is that?
Yeah, I just saw Ant-Man. I literally just got back from it like 5 minutes ago. That was a really good movie. Do you think you'll see it, or can I go ahead and spoil it?
I'll probably be watching. I mean, you can go ahead and spoil it.
Okay, spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. If you haven't seen Ant-Man 2015, then don't listen to what we're about. Spoiler alert. Gigantic spoiler alert. Okay. It was really good. Paul Rudd played the Ant-Man. And so basically, let me start at the beginning. Okay. There's this guy. He's getting out of jail. Right. Okay. He's going with his Mexican friend back to his Mexican friend's house. He was in jail for doing some, like, crazy scheme or whatever. And so this old man finds him and has been watching him since he did this, like, super heist or whatever.
That sounds creepy.
Well, this old man is the original Ant-Man. And he was, like, fought for the U.S. government and stuff like that, I guess. And so, yeah, it was really cool. So he needed this guy to help him, like, infiltrate his company that has a new, like, where he does all his work and stuff that has a new owner. or not a new owner, but the guy who runs it now is like, it was this guy, the old guy's apprentice and stuff. It's all really complicated. You should probably just see the movie because my description sucks. But there are some really cool parts in it. Like, the whole thing was in the same universe as the Avengers. So that was really cool. Like, they would constantly bring up the Avengers. At one point, they went to an Avengers warehouse, and, like, they had pictures from what it looked like on, like, a satellite imagery thing, and then what it looked like in real life, and it was pretty cool. Like, they saw what it was supposed to look like, and then when they got there, it was, like, this way bigger, huge thing. And then Stan Lee, of course, had his cameo at the end.
No, what was his cameo?
You know who Stan Lee is, right?
Yeah, I know who that guy is. What was he doing?
He was the bartender in one of the Mexican guy's stories. The Mexican guy told, like, only 2 stories throughout the whole thing, but they were hilarious. He was probably my favorite character.
Well, that sounds cool.
It was a really funny movie. It was cool, too. Yeah, I liked it a lot.
Hey, you know, speaking of cool entertainment, I recently just got that game Postal 2.
Yeah?
You know the game, right? Yeah. Did you know they made a Postal 3?
No.
Apparently, like, I looked on it, all the reviews were just were like, don't buy this game, just get Postal 2. Just pretend this game doesn't exist.
When did it come out?
I have no idea.
Is it on Steam? I'm gonna go look at it.
Yeah, it's on Steam. It has mixed...
Postal... Well, let me first see when Postal 2 came out. Postal 2 is only 99 cents.
Yeah, I know. That's why I got it.
It's on sale? Or what? How much is it usually? Oh,
it's
$10.
usually $10.
I might get that. Alright, so that came out 2003. Okay.
Yeah, that's a lot older than I thought it was.
Postal 3 came out in 2011.
8 years after.
Hasn't PewDiePie been playing Postal 2 for a little while on his channel?
I'm not sure.
%40 of the 687 user reviews for this game are positive. The original Postal looks cool. That's 97.
And 97, goodness.
It looks really cool though. I'm interested.
Really?
I would be interested to play this.
How much is it?
$4.99, so pretty cheap.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
It'll probably go on sale sometime. You should see what it is on GQA. Okay, so what was I? Oh yeah, I have a list of stuff we need to bring up. So you were astonished that the website, you told me to go to the wrong website the last episode when we were talking about my anime list.
Yeah.
You told me to go to like some animelist.com instead of myanimelist.net.
Yeah.
And you were surprised that sold for $250,000.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me show you.
I'm still astonished. Like, who has that money to spend, you know?
Yeah. So what do you think the most ever paid for a domain name is? Don't you know? Don't Google it, but just think about it.
Yeah, I know. Maybe like I don't know. I guess $1 million or so.
$1 million.
Yeah, sure. I mean, people are paying $250,000.
Okay.
So, you know, $1 million. That's my guess.
Hold on, I've got a view as one page. The stupid website I was looking at earlier. Okay. I just want you to read this. I'm gonna send you a Geizo image.
I didn't receive a link.
Yeah, I'm sending it to you. Okay. There you go. Read that out loud.
Sex.com, $13 million. Year sold, 2010. Sex.com entered the Guinness Book of World Records for the highest domain-only sale in history. Escom LLC sold it to Clover Holding Ltd. 13 million. Wow, I was way off.
Yeah, you said 1 million.
Yeah. Sex.com. What did they even put? Yeah, I want to see what they even put on here.
I can only imagine.
It's just as you'd expect it to be.
Yep.
Looks very professional too.
All right, back to the topics.
All right. I still don't believe, like, who has that money to spend?
Big investment groups that know they probably made that money back in advertising. Plus, that's not only is that, you know, what it is, but it's a 3-digit domain name, which, you know, there's only so many of.
Exactly.
That's why Spooky Spaghetti was like $2.
Yeah,
There's so many
Spaghetti
digits.
like a billion digits.
Okay. So last week you were talking about Jerry, the cartoon on
yeah.
Newgrounds, and you said Oni NG made it.
I know. I was thinking Oni NG.
It was Hot Diggity Demon.
Yeah, I know. I
yeah, okay. I just had to clear that over because I was listening back to the podcast, and I guess when you said Oni G, I didn't really like hear you or something, so I didn't respond to that. But yeah, it was Hot Diggity Demon, so we needed to clear that up. And then last week I sent you that laptop. Remember the $800 laptop? Did you send that to your dad?
No.
Okay, good, because that was taken off CyberPower, like the next day. So that $800 laptop, that super good deal, isn't there anymore. So I was pretty mad about that I didn't buy it while it was still available, because I should have.
You know, Luke, I really think the problem with my computer is that I just have a very crap video card. Like, I think if I get a better video card, then I think I'll be able to run better games on here.
I don't think you can switch it out in a laptop like that.
No, my dad said that he can get an external video card.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. I mean, yeah. Sure. Yeah, that'll work, but, you should just get a new laptop anyways, because some of your other stuff is crap.
Yeah.
Okay, anyways, so I was pretty bummed out about that, and I was looking for good deals, and I was on eBay, and I found an Asus, which way better specs than that. Let me bring up the specs for this thing, because it's pretty amazing the price I got it for.
Jesus?
Asus. A-S-U-S.
Oh, Asus, yeah.
No, it's Asus.
That doesn't sound grammatically correct, but whatever.
No, that's how the people who own it pronounce it.
I know, but I mean, like...
This is like the GIF and GIF conversation. It's GIF! Okay.
It's GIF. But anyway, yeah.
Darn it! No, okay, the specs of this, it's 15.6 inches, HD, i7 4720HQ processor, so Intel i7 processor, that's basically all you need to know. 12 gigabytes of DDR3 RAM, and that's like crazy. 750 gigabytes of hard drive space, and it has an NVIDIA GTX 950M. And the one that we were looking at was like a 850M, which is very similar to this one. Somebody's probably going to call me out on that.
Wow, that's a lot of big numbers and words.
So guess how much I paid for this laptop. The other one cost $800. Guess how much this one cost?
I don't know, $750?
It did cost $750. Yeah, $749.
Wait, what?
That's 25% off. It's usually $1,000.
Wait, I got that right?
Yeah.
Hot diggity dang.
I was pretty happy about that though, that deal. So, yeah, it should be here like tomorrow. I'm really excited about it.
Wait, don't you have like an Alienware? What do you need that thing for?
A laptop?
Yeah, I mean,
like
a
laptop, man.
I thought you already had a laptop, didn't you?
I have my Chromebook, but you can't really play games or anything on there.
Nah.
It's like our Chromebooks at school.
I see what you mean. Yeah.
So I wanted one that I could like take over to a friend's house and play games.
You're listening to the Spooky Spaghetti Podcast.
Anyway, what's next on the list?
So much going on here. This is like gonna be the easiest thing to edit. I'll just have to cut the front and the end. That's it. Okay, so Your creepypasta. Do you want to talk about that? You wrote that like right after we were done filming, not filming, but recording the last podcast.
All right. I enjoyed writing that.
Do you want to do a reading of it?
Show what?
Do a reading.
I've already read that thing like twice. Do you want to read it?
No, I mean for the podcast.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, you've never read for the podcast? Come on.
Very well then. If I must, hold on. Let me get a soda out my mini fridge. Okay, well, this is like, is it longer or shorter than that Squidward SpongeBob?
It is probably shorter.
All right. Now, to start off with an introduction, my name is Leon. My last name will not be given, as you may be a Russian hitman. Also, it bears no importance to the story. I live in Upper Alabama in the basement of my parents' house, and I say that with no shame. I live with my mom, my stepdad, and my little brother Mason, who is around 10. Now, as one would expect, living in the basement of a house can get kind of creepy sometimes. However, I have a window located next to my bed, so I know if anything ever happens, I can just crawl out. The house is on a hill, so both the basement floor and the top floor can both be on ground level. So I've lived here for a while, so I've taught myself to ignore most noises I hear, aka the occasional metal clanking and footstep-like sounds. It's never been too loud, about as loud as a couple talking in the next room. But lately, things have been getting kinda weird. Just about 2 weeks ago, I suddenly woke up from something slamming my door. I get up to open it, and no one's there. I walk upstairs, and both my parents are nowhere near the stairs, and my little brother is asleep. So I just assume it's just a dream, and start up my PC and begin browsing. The next day, I wake up from someone slamming my door again. Now, my door isn't locked, so if something was trying to get in, it would just be a simple turn of the handle. So, out of curiosity, I get up and look outside my door. And of course, nothing there. So at this point, I assume it's a prank pulled by my little brother, who would just run upstairs and pretend to be asleep. But my stairway is very creaky, so I can usually hear somebody going up the stairs or down the stairs, especially Mason. So I go upstairs, and this time, both my parents aren't home, and I see a note on the table, which you see right when you get up to the top of the stairs. That was from my mother. It said that they had gone out, and Mason was visiting his friend from down the road. Oh, another sip of soda. Now, at this point, I was a bit freaked out, as I had no idea what was creating the noise. I looked throughout the house, more out of fear than curiosity. I never really went into the other side of the basement. It was just used for storage and a bunch of junk my stepdad collected. He was kind of a hoarder. So I opened the door to the other side of the basement and start looking around. The lights were broken, so I used a flashlight. I look until I'm too creeped out to continue, and go back to my room. I start thinking and decide I was just dreaming the noise, and the dream woke me up. This conclusion, at the time, made the most sense. So I get some leftover pizza and browse on my computer until it gets to about nighttime. Still a bit worried, I lock my main door and my side door. The side door leads to the other side of the basement, but it had no handle, so I just installed a new one. My stepdad had a box full of door handles. This time, when I woke up, the knocking came from my window. I immediately rushed to my window in an attempt to catch whatever was knocking sound. I opened the window again, and nothing there. So now, I'm scared, because I know I didn't dream that up. So I decided to go up and ask my parents about the noise, and see if they've had anything to do with it. I go upstairs, and there's another note left by my mom saying that she and my stepdad were out, and that Mason was staying over at his friend's house. So I make myself some soup, and I think about what it could have been. After coming up with nothing, except that I was just going crazy, I remember seeing an old video recorder on the other side of the basement. So I get it out, and about an hour or so I put it outside my window. Now, confident in my plan, I do stuff on my computer until I fall asleep. I wake up, but oddly, I wake up naturally, without hearing a slamming or a knocking. So again, I go upstairs and find the note from my mom. But I noticed something kind of weird. The note was typed, as were the last two notes. I hadn't realized it at the time, but usually my mom leaves notes with a sparkly pink marker. Also, she doesn't know how to use a computer. She can barely even turn it on, let alone print something. I shrug it off as I was anxious to look at the video recorder. So I go outside and take the tape out, but there was something wrong with the camera. It was covered in a clear goo. So I wipe it off and take out the tape and play it on my computer. However, what I see is terrifying. I see some kind of creature crawling up my street. I could see a bit of it when I went into the streetlight. Its body was a dark red and its eyes were like cats. It had many legs and crawled on the ground like a centipede. I watch in horror as it crawls up my street, up into my house, and into my window. I begin to cry out in fear and rush to the house phone to call the police, but there was no answer. I called my mom, my stepdad, my dad, everyone who I could think of, and none of them answered. After sitting and crying for about an hour, I hear a loud crash from downstairs. It sounded like something broke my window, so I rush outside the front door, and there it is, a centipede-like creature standing downhill outside my window. I run back inside. I can hear it crawling up the stairs to my front door. I rush to the kitchen to grab something to defend myself with, but I trip and fall. I hear it coming closer, and I know it's too late. So I close my eyes. Closer, closer, closer. Suddenly, I wake up to the sound of something knocking at my door.
Dun, dun, dun.
Ow.
That was good. That was good.
Thank you. I enjoyed reading that. Anyway, yeah. That was based off a true story, by the way. Not the centipede monster, but I mean, like, one morning I did indeed wake up to a knocking at my door, and, like, nobody was at the house at the time.
Yeah, it's spooky.
So it could have been a dream, but, you know.
Probably not.
Who knows?
I do. No. So,
anyway, yeah. Spooky Spaghetti, like, that's the website to go to if you want to write your own creepypasta.
Yes. Go there.
You will not judge.
You're listening to the Spooky Spaghetti Podcast.
Okay, so I was just looking at the Postal video game series, and I was surprised at how many different expansions and stuff there were.
Expansions for Postal?
Yeah, okay, so the original Postal was released in 97, and then they had the Christmas Patch, or Santa Patch, released in 97, and then the Special Delivery expansion released in 98, and then Postal 2 had a Share the Pain expansion released in 2003, which adds player versus player multiplayer. And then in 2004 they released Apocalypse Weekend, which was an official expansion. And then Postal 2, and it's something in Russian, and I can't really read what it says. And then that was in 2005. And then 2006, A Week in Paradise, which is a fan-made mod. And then Eternal Damnation in 2006, which was a fan-made total conversion. And then A Very Postal Christmas, which was a fan-made mod again. And then in 2015, they came out with a DLC for the improved version of Postal 2. So that's probably why it's gotten so popular recently, you know?
Gosh, that's a lot of stuff.
And then Postal 3 has this whole list of crap.
Yeah, currently the DLC for Postal 2, Paradise Lost, is worth more than the actual Postal 2 game right now.
How much does it cost?
The DLC is $5. Postal 2 right now is $1.
Wait, what? A film adaptation of the Postal series was directed and co-written by Yul Boll. Through the film shares... Oh, they actually made a movie.
They made a movie about Postal 2?
New characters are introduced in the film, such as Faith, a young barista who joins the Postal Dude in his adventure, and former U.S. President George W. Bush.
What won't they make a movie out of these days?
I don't know. I'm looking at the poster, though, and it looks interesting. Let me send this on over to you. This is pretty funny.
is what everything is coming up to in this podcast. Postal by Yui Bowl.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know how to pronounce it. I said
they showed this in theaters.
Yeah, I don't think it was in theaters. Let's see what the
it says in
Postal
theaters soon.
Box Office Mojo 2008. Let's see here. Domestic not available. Weird. So that's the money it made in our country. Would be domestic, but it doesn't even say that. So I guess it was just foreign. So it was just in Germany and Italy. Those are the only places you could see it, I guess.
Hey, I was just thinking, ever since they made Steam, Valve hadn't really been releasing many new games, right? Like, they still update TF2 and all. But I mean, like, they don't really make any
When
new
did Steam
games.
come out? 2003? Yeah, they do.
Which games did they make afterwards?
Portal 1 and 2, right?
Those were made after 2003? I thought Portal 1 was made, like, in 2000 or so.
Portal 2 was definitely made after 2000. It was made in 2011.
Oh.
The original Portal was made in 2007, so yeah, they still make games. TF2 was released in 2007.
What do you mean, what games have they released recently?
Let me see all
Like,
the
what's the
games.
most recent game?
Valve games list, I guess. Alright. A list of Valve Corporation games. Here we go. Okay. Can I see just by date? 2015. Was there anything? No, there wasn't. 2014? There's a few things.
What did they make?
Oh, they're just releasing different stuff for different systems. Let's see, 2013. Yeah, I mean... They made Dota, right?
Dota? When was that released?
Yeah, Dota 2. Dota 2 was released in 2013, so that would be their most recent.
Hmm.
That wasn't that long ago.
Yeah, that was like, what, 3 years ago or so?
2013 was 2 years ago. Dummy.
2013, isn't it 2000? Oh, wait, yeah.
Good God.
Yeah.
But I see what you mean.
Metacritic, is it possible to get a 100 on Metacritic? Has Metacritic ever released a 100 out of 100?
I don't know.
Because, like, Portal has a 90, and Portal 2 has, like, a, let's see here. Portal 2.
There's
Portal
a few different movies.
Portal 2 has a 95.
The only 8 movies ranked with 100 by Metacritic are The Wizard of Oz, Sweet Smell of Success, The Leopard, Lawrence of Arabia, The Godfather, Fanny and Alexandra, The Conformist, and Ahasard Balthazar. And then apparently newer movie Boyhood, that got a 100 out of 100.
Some guy rated a 0 on Portal 1. He said, "You have to remember, Portal is only a game. It cannot talk and tell you what to do." It's like, what? It can't tell you what to do.
Don't listen to it, everybody. Don't listen to it. It's all a big scam.
Wow, Grand Theft Auto 5 got a 96.
That's pretty good. What did Just Cause 2 get?
Just Cause 2? Let's see. What'd it get?
4 out of 5, it says. I didn't know Metacritic rated stuff like that. Oh, an 81.
Oh,
That's what Google said. IGN.com gave it an 8.8 out of 10.
Website. Let's see here. What about did they rate Team Fortress 2?
Sure they did.
Team Fortress 2 a 92. Team Fortress 2 got a better scores than Portal 1.
Ugh. You have to know that's retarded. They're probably talking about the original Team Fortress 2, because it was on Xbox before it was on PC, right?
Oh yeah, it was. Or I mean, it used to be paid for. It used to be a paid game. Now it's free to play.
Is it even on the Xbox Arcade anymore? I don't think it is.
How would I find that out? How would I even?
Platforms TF2. PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, Microsoft Windows, Linux, and Mac OS. So
hey,
I guess you can get it for the PlayStation 3.
Oh yeah, hey Luke, have you heard have you heard the news? Satoru Iwata, the president of Nintendo, just died recently.
Yeah, a few days ago.
Yeah, that's sad.
Yeah, it was all over Imgur.
Yeah, it was. Like, stuffed with Imgur. Hey, Luke, something was going on with my phone. Whenever we're in the group chat, like, it says, to you, Christian and Hunter, and then it says your message. Every single time in the group chat.
For just me?
No, for everyone else in the group chat.
How does it say that for me? At the top, right? At the very top?
No, like on the like when you just start up your phone, like at the very homepage thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It just shows you that you're in a group chat.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know why it doesn't do that for you.
No, it does that for me. I just didn't know what you were talking about.
Huh.
Why is that weird?
Because like it says I thought that was part of the message. Like, to you, Luke, and to you, Leon, and Hunter, and Christian.
Oh, wow.
It's weird. It makes it to seem like that is part of the message.
Huh. Interesting, Leon.
Hey.
Yeah, he's totally lost it.
I know. Hey, are you going to get that new Steam Link thing?
What is that? Steam Link?
Let me see.
I'm looking at it.
Yes, Steam Link. It's like
bring your existing collection of PC games with you to the living room. Simply connect Steam Link to your TV and home network and access your full library of games and the complete Steam catalog, all from the seat in the house. All from the best seat in the house, I mean. Coming this November. How much is it supposed to cost?
$50.
Maybe. I mean, for Christmas or something, I might ask for it.
For $100, you can get the controller that goes with it.
The controller costs $100?
No, for $100, you can get the controller and the Link.
Oh, I see. Gosh,
Yeah,
I was gonna say that's ridiculous.
The controller itself is just $50. Also, I've been playing that game, BioShock?
Yes, I know BioShock.
It's actually a pretty neat game. It has, fighting mechanics that I haven't seen in a while. It's like, you got magic and guns. Kind of like, other games.
Like what?
Like Dishonored and, I don't know, any other game where you have magic. It's not really magic. It's called plasmids, but it's magic.
I see.
Yeah.
You been into any animes recently?
Well, I've been, continuing Bleach. I just finished, One Piece. Let's see here.
You've been watching Dragon Ball Z, right?
Oh yeah, I just started Dragon Ball Z. It's really not what I expected. Like, the girl in that anime, she is such a little pervert, man. Like, goodness.
What do you mean?
Haven't you seen the Dragon Ball Z, like the first few episodes?
Yeah, I've seen a lot of them, but I don't really realize. I mean,
like
I never.
That girl, Burma, I think is her name. She is such a freaking pervert, man. Like, she needs to tone it down.
I need to go back and start watching that again. I haven't watched that in a long time.
Like, I saw Dragon Ball Z would be, like, space battles or something. Like, with a bunch of, like, half-naked men throwing light at each other.
Isn't it?
Well, not in the first couple episodes. It's some perverted girl trying to find some balls. Literally. Like, you know, the Dragon Balls.
Yeah.
She's just such a freaking pervert. Like, holy smokes, man, you don't even know.
I guess I don't.
Yeah, other than that, it's a fairly interesting show. Or anime, I mean. Also, I watched a few episodes of that anime Cowboy Bebop, which I really thought was about a disco cowboy.
Yeah, that's disappointing. I don't really watch many animes. I just watch cartoons.
Yeah.
And I recently caught up on Regular Show and Clarence, so I've seen every episode of both of those so far.
I'm now sitting just alone every day, waiting for the next episode of One Piece to be subbed.
I'll sub it for you. We should sub an episode of a show on the podcast.
Like a show that's not already dubbed? You mean dubbed?
I mean dub it, yeah, dub it.
That's
not sub.
Like
that would be incredibly
dub?
boring to sub it.
Oh god, yeah. Isn't that called like fan dub?
Yeah, that would be funny.
Is that what these crazy kids call it these days?
Yeah. I've never done anything like that or watched anything like that. Would that be funny?
I've watched a fan dub before.
I saw this one thing. I'm not going to bring it up, though. Dude, you've heard about Regular Show the movie, right?
They're making a movie out of everything.
They cut
Halo the
9...
movie,
They
Minecraft the movie. Now what's
They're not making Minecraft the movie yet.
Yet. That's a big word, Luke. That's a very powerful word.
Okay, so 9 episodes were cut out of the last season of Regular Show to make this movie. So it's made. It just comes out in like November.
Oh, okay, I see. Yeah.
So they started season 7. And they've already been picked up for an 8th season. Regular Show has. Just now starting season 7, there's 1 episode, and they already know they're going to do another 40-episode season after this one.
Dang. Hey, you know what's a good show to watch if you're into cartoons? Well, it's not really a cartoon. Have you ever heard Red vs. Blue on Netflix? On the new Netflix?
Yeah, you mean the Rooster Teeth show?
Yeah.
About Halo? Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I started watching that. That's pretty interesting. It's kind of complicated.
It's pretty funny. I listen to their podcast, actually. I love their podcast.
Is their podcast, is it, comedic? Or?
It's a lot better than ours. Yeah, it's hilarious. It is freaking hilarious.
I just need to give that a go, then.
Yeah.
I've also been finishing...
And while you're on iTunes listening to their podcast, remember to search Spooky Spaghetti and sub our podcast.
Yeah, advertisement. But recently, I've been finishing up... You know that game, Deponia?
Not really.
Well, Deponia, it's like a point-and-click, like a comedic game. I got the whole trilogy for, I don't know, $5 or so. It was on sale. It's actually pretty interesting. I'm really attached to the whole story of it.
What's it about again?
It's like a point-and-click puzzle game. It's about some guy who lives on a trash, like a big planet made of trash, and there's this god world, like Elysium. You know that movie where there's this planet that's really like a poor planet. What?
WALL-E?
No, not. It's sort of like WALL-E, where there's this big planet full of trash, and WALL-E's trying to, you know how WALL-E's trying to get to this perfect ship world thing? It's kind of like that. That's what your main character is trying to do. There's like this big place called Elysium that's supposedly perfect, and you're trying to get there. It's like a big puzzle. There's 3 games to it, and I'm on the 2nd game now. The puzzles get really difficult. Like, for one puzzle, you have to, it's like, it kind of cheats you. You gotta turn down the in-game music, so that way your character doesn't get messed up.
Weird.
That's kind of I have to look some of this crap up in order to continue it. But other than that, yeah, it's pretty nice. If you're into really difficult puzzles that cheat and are not sensical.
You ever heard of an anime called Bottle Fairy?
Bottle Fairy. Was it like a drunk pixie or something?
I don't know. Somebody said I was just looking up like ones that we should do a fan dub of, and that one came up.
All right then.
I'm looking at episode 1 real quick just to see if it would even be worth it.
That's fun. Hey, you wanna know what I was thinking of doing?
Oh wait, I forgot the audio is gonna play over the podcast.
Oh gosh darn it, Luke. Gosh darn it.
Alright, what were you just thinking?
I was thinking, like, in games, okay, like, when you download a game from Steam, like, all the files that you use to run the game and play the game are on your computer, right?
Yeah.
Why don't you just cut out all the files that the game attaches to Steam, and then just have the game files that you can use and and copy and send to other people?
Wait. Take out all what files?
Like,
the game files?
Can't you just take the game, like, separate it from Steam, and so that way you can just copy the game files and send it to your friends?
No.
Like, what's keeping you from doing that?
Steam has like a whole verification system.
But I mean, like, the .exe, if you can go in there...
Yeah,
like,
you cannot start up that .exe without like a confirmation from the Steam application. The Steam application is like a key to all these games.
Oh, I see. To, like, mess with the coding, you have to, like, password it. It's like password protected, is what you mean?
Yeah, pretty much. You can't just copy and paste a .exe, dummy.
But I mean, like, couldn't you just use hacking software stuff to get into the game code? Isn't that what torrents are?
Yeah, well, there's things like that, but I mean, that's illegal.
And Steam can, like, sue you for that, right? I mean, Valve.
The creators of the game can. I don't think it has anything to do with Steam. I don't know how it all works, man. I don't know. Here, just try it out. Let's see what happens.
Oh, okay then. No, I'll do that. Oh, hold on. The Nazis are here. Oh God. Oh God. There they come.
What?
Nothing. Hold on. I'll be right back.